What is up, Saturday Ticket supporters? Today we have episode 18 of NFL 100, Articles 50 through 52. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss another episode of this. I'm recording a bunch in a row today so that I don't miss an episode of this. So first up we have OJ Talks 2000, Article 50. December 16th, 1973. Future generations will have no idea that O.J. Simpson was once a beloved NFL superstar. Perhaps even today's younger generation only knows Simpson as an accused murderer who later served 10 years in prison for armed robbery and kidnapping. Not to detract from the severity of those offenses, but it's also worth noting here that Simpson is responsible for perhaps the greatest single season an NFL running back has ever had. After winning the 1968 Heisman Trophy at USC, Simpson played the first 9 of his 11 NFL seasons with the Buffalo Bills. He led the league with 1,251 rushing yards in 1972, but that was a mere tease of what was to come. Simpson opened the 1973 season with 250 yards at New England. With dazzling speed and the ability to cut and change direction without slowing, Simpson continued to carve his way through the league. Only 3 times did he fail to rush for at least 100 yards. In Week 13, Simpson gashed the Patriots again, this time for 219 yards. With 1 game left in the 14-week season, Simpson had 1,803 yards. The single-season rushing record was 1,863, which was set in 1963 by the immortal Jim Brown. No player had come within 200 yards of Brown's record until now. Getting 61 yards to break the record would not be easy. Simpson and the Bills ended the season against the New York Jets at Shea Stadium, and the game was played in a snowstorm. Then again, what's a little snow to a team from Buffalo? Running behind an offensive line nicknamed the Electric Company, Simpson smashed Brown's record. He rushed for 200 yards to finish the season with an NFL record 2,003 yards. Simpson remains the only player in NFL history to rush for 2,000 yards in a 14-game season. Only 6 players, Eric Dickerson, Barry Sanders, Terrell Davis, Jamal Lewis, Chris Johnson, and Adrian Peterson, have topped 2,000 yards since, all in 16 games. We can add on Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley, as this book is a little bit outdated. So here we have Chicago Bears receiver going up to catch a pass in a 1920s NFL game. And then the next page, I believe we have another just photo, which is it's Odell Beckham's 2014 one-handed catch. I'm sure we've all seen that. And then next we have Article 51, Crazy Legs smashes receiving record. Alright. 1951. Before there was Jerry Rice and Calvin Johnson, there was Elroy Crazy Legs Hirsch. Even though the NFL blossomed in the 1950s into a league where passing became the dominant form of offense, it would still be decades before fans saw the kind of eye-popping numbers that wide receivers have now made routine, which is what makes Hirsch's 1951 season all the more fantastic. Elroy Crazy Legs Hirsch of the Los Angeles Rams set a new single-season NFL record that year with 1,495 receiving yards, and he helped the Rams win the 1951 NFL Championship. Technically, the record stood for 33 years. 2 receivers had higher totals in the 1960s, playing in the more pass-happy American Football League. Charlie Hennigan did it in 1961 and 64 for the Houston Oilers, and Lance Allworth did it in 1964 for the San Diego Chargers. But no player on an NFL team topped Crazy Legs' number until Roy Green had 1,555 yards for the St. Louis Cardinals in 1984. Hirsch's record was a full 284 yards more than the previous NFL record at the time, Don Hutson's 1,211 yards in 1942. Amazingly, it was the only 1,000-yard season of Hirsch's NFL career. In 9 seasons, all with the Rams, Hirsch caught 343 passes for 6,299 yards and 53 touchdowns. He was elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1967. To finish the episode, we have the Sea of Hands miracle play. Number 52, December 21, 1974. The Oakland Raiders played many games that were big enough to earn special names, like the Holy Roller and the Ghost to the Post. But the Sea of Hands game was probably the most impactful of the bunch. In an AFC playoff game against the 2-time defending champion Miami Dolphins, Kenny the Snake Stabler threw a game-winning 8-yard touchdown pass to running back Clarence Davis, who somehow came down with the ball in the middle of a swarm of defenders. That was big because that gave us a chance to move on to the next round against the Steelers, and the guy with the worst hands on our offense ends up catching the touchdown between 3 or 4 guys, laughed Raiders Hall of Fame left tackle Art Shell. Clarence Davis had the worst hands of all the running backs and receivers. Shell remembers the play well. It was a play the Raiders called often when they were near the goal line and with great success. Fake bootleg, says Shell. Snake has the option of throwing the pass or running with it. Hall of Fame guard Gene Upshaw would pull out and lead, but somebody got hold of Snake's leg, and he was getting ready to go down, and he just threw it up, and Clarence ended up coming up with that ball. I don't know how he did it, but it was a big catch for us. Alright, folks, that's going to be all for this episode. Make sure that if you enjoyed this video, drop a like, drop a comment, engage with this channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much for your attention to Saturday Ticket. Goodbye.